is a language like other languages which are international, like Arabic. You have also French and some other languages that which are used nowadays in the world. But English become more significant language that dominated many countries in the world. You see? That's why we are the learners of English language. It become must for us to learn and understand English. You see? English is known as an international language. All of us we know. It is an international language. And it is broadly used in the world. That's what I said before. Most of the countries in the world, they use what? English. Why? It is because it's an international language. Language is important to understand and to speak. Language is for understanding and also for what? For speaking. As we did a language planning, it says language is used for unity. Now you are listening to what I'm saying. Without the word from my mouth, I don't know. How can you come and understand what I'm saying? You see? Language is to unite us together in understanding and also in what? In the speaking. So, English Club is one of the language learning institutions or strategies which can improve student speaking skills, especially in the area of what? Of confidence. You see? In the area of what? Of confidence in English speaking. That's why it is very, very, very important for us to learn for a skill of what? Of language. Starting from writings, readings, listenings, and speaking. If so, can we consider speaking as the most difficult task in English? Can we consider, is it a problem to learners today? Of course, we can say yes. We can say yes, it is. Speaking is a very, very difficult task whenever you ask every student. They might live writings, readings, and listening, but everyone can accept and agree that the speaking is the most difficult one. It is true that speaking is the most difficult task of language to master for many English language learners. It takes many years to improve the speaking in English if the learner is not serious. You see? You are the learner. If you are not serious, it takes many years to speak in English. It takes many years. To improve the speaking skills, learners need to be able to practice English with other English learners or speakers. To improve your English communication, your English speaking, you need to practice with other English learners or English what? Speakers. You have to make interaction with native speakers or those who know English well. That can help you. You see? This is the only way to improve your what? Your speaking skill. So the question is, where these learners get an opportunity to practice or to improve their speaking English? Where? Where can you improve this? Where can you interact with these native speakers or other English learners? Where can you get this opportunity? Is it possible? Is it possible to do it in classrooms or in somewhere else? to improve your English communication, your English speaking. Is it possible to do it in classroom, or there's a place to practice? Can you practice your speaking in the same class with the teacher, or you need other place to do it? Of course not. You cannot do it in the classroom. You see? You cannot do it in the classroom. In many countries today, where English is not the first language or the mother tongue, students practice speaking English language in clubs. They practice this English in club. You see? And this is because the rules that are taught in classroom by teachers need to be practiced by what? By learners. The rules that we teach in the class, they need to be practiced by students. Where will they practice this one? They have to practice in English what? English club. They practice this rule in English club. Therefore, we came here today to introduce English club to you as learners of English language. The reason of practicing these rules, that's why we came here today, to introduce English club to everyone who wants to improve or speak English language correctly. You see? That's one of the reasons for us to be here today. And that's why the administration of Dan Institution thinks about English club for the student to improve their communication. That's one of the reasons. Then the question again is, what is English club? What is English club? If you ask yourself this question, what is it? Huh? What is English club? You see? English club is a place for language learners to practice English in casual seating. You see? It's a place where the learners of language or English come into a place so that they can practice the communication in English or the speaking. You see? It is a place for a student to develop the interest and talent. You see? The interest and the talent in English communication. You see? Whenever we are taught in the class, we come up with the knowledge. We understand. You see? But for this understanding, we need a place where to come and improve and practice this speaking. That's why we have a need for an English club so that we can improve our communication or the rule being taught to us in the class by the teachers. Why there's need? What are the objectives? The objective of this English club. What can English club give us? Why there's need for us to have English club? What is the reason? You see? One, to improve what has been said by your colleague before. The first thing for the English club is to improve your pronunciation. You see? Is to improve what? Pronunciation of what? Of words. And English sentence structures. You see? Whenever you come to English club, first of all, you can organize yourself. You can have a very good pronunciation and English language sentence structures. This one, you cannot get it in the class alone, but you get it also whenever you come to English club. Number two, the objective of this English club is to make the student feel confident and comfortable when using English language. You see? Whenever you come to English club, it gives you confidence in your heart and you feel comfortable whenever you speak in what? In English. This is one of the good things that English club can give you. Number 3, it enriches the student with good English vocabulary. You see, as I'm talking, or as you talk, you can get new vocabulary whenever you make interaction with some of the students. You see, it gives you new words, new structures, new phrases, new sentences. And you get it from where? Whenever you interact with your what? With your colleague, with different learners, with different speakers. You get this one from them. You see? English club enriches you with many vocabularies. Number 4, English club, it overcomes the fear of English language among the students. You see? Whenever we're in class, we are good at listening. But when we come to speak, every student starts to tremble. We start to fear. Huh? You see? What kind of the question am I going to ask? What are the structures that I can say? You see? The fear starts to intervene in your heart. But when you come to English speaking club every day, you overcome what? Fear. You will become strong. You will have confidence. You will speak English without any hesitations, like it's your mother what? Your mother tongue. Why does it become so? It's because of the practice that you do every day, the pronunciation that you do, the structures that you do, and your interaction with what? With colleagues. You see? If you keep your own English without interaction without people, how can you know that's what you are saying is right? How can somebody understand this one is this? You see? Mostly I still the student that sometimes you sound the word correctly inside. You see a word inside your heart correctly. But when it comes out of your mouth, it's something different. You see? You have a different pronunciation in your heart, and when it comes out through your mouth is what? Different. That's why whenever we come together in an English club, we are going to overcome fear. You become very strong. You see? Number 5. It used to help a student develop efficient communication in English speaking. You can speak efficiently. You can speak correctly. Why? Because you have been practicing this with your colleagues, the teachers, and other tutors. English clubs, it gives students to practice writing, listening, readings, and speaking skill on their own. You see? It gives you strength. It gives you power in writings, speaking, listening, and reading on your own without somebody else. When you go and interact with someone, you use it correctly because you have been practicing before. You have no any problem in this. You see? 7, it increases the use of good grammar and speak fluently in everyday situation. You see? When you come to English club, when you practice with your colleagues or other learners, it made a good use of grammar. It made a good use of writing. And it also makes you to speak fluently in everyday situation. You see? Somebody who is speaking every day is not like somebody who doesn't speak. And that's why you see sometimes when you speak in English, you see like your mouth is low, huh, to produce the words. Why? Because you do practice. But if you practice every day, it becomes very simple for you to what? To speak. Why? Because your mouth has been in practicing.